we wanted the classic sort of time lapse, and I think Scott captured that pretty well to set the morning up.
The name, peak performance is what it's all about. It's in two different ways, isn't it? We're talking about the performance of the drive and the vehicle, and
so it's that sort of calm introduction. Then we wanted to pay a little bit of homage. Look, the movie pays homage to the Peugeot film. This little bit pays homage to John Frankenheimer's Grand Prix, throwing in all that really sort of tight stuff. And then once again back to the Peugeot idea of the dust clouds, which Scott captured pretty well as some of the cars had passed by.
And then the next shot's supposed to really make you sit back. This next shot coming out right now.
So the calm serenity into the brutal power of some of these cars. And there she goes, straight over the top of the camera. And then we're into the onboard stuff here. And you can actually see, this whole thing here, this is one of my favourite shots really, because it's so low on the front wing. It really captures the speed and the pace that Marcus is driving here.
None of this was sped up either. We haven't changed with frame rates or messed with anything. This is real. This is how fast they're going. To capture the speed of the car, it's really good to get the camera as low as you can and shoot it on a long lens. And I was coiling into drains and all sorts of things to get as low as I could to just really make the car look fast.
And the onboard does a crazy job of that, doesn't it? Really. As securely, you mount these cameras pretty much obviously as securely as you can, because you think there's going to be a fair bit of rattle. To be honest with her, the way we mounted them with tape and pretty much Velcro.
This is a good bit.
Here we go. There we go. That's when the car actually clips the edge of the dirt, and you'll see here all the dirt being thrown off.
So they have to hang on tight, but it's Velcro, gaffer tape, and a whole lot of luck to keep them on there.
Yeah, and I mean we had, touch wood, we had no issues with any cameras as far as being held on here. We wanted to slow this down here. This was kind of an idea we had, the raw sort of beauty and power. We wanted to slow this down because Scott got a great image there of the sun in the background, backlit of the car, and wanted to slow that down and really show the majesty of the car as well. See, I was lucky. I was at the stages where the cars were most of the time to mount the onboards, and Scott had a bit of an experience up there.
Yeah, I was up at the peak one morning, and I thought I was going to die. I felt that bad. After throwing up a few times, I felt a bit better, but it was sort of like just get it together, get the shot, and then I just collapsed again until the car did its next run. It was just conserve energy. It was really tough work up there at altitude. I'd never been that high before, and not without being in a plane and pressurised, but this was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe what it did to my body.
This onboard. I think the thing for viewers to really watch here is Marcus doesn't change, doesn't lift, doesn't do anything between the paved and the dirt. It's just brilliant. He's brilliant driving there, really.
I love this shot here because you can see how fast he's going, and you see the mountain where he's going. It's telling that that's where he's off to conquer. It's just great.
I mean, these rear wing shots are pretty steady too, actually. And so this is almost in replacement of a chopper shot, really, because this is long lens stuff from top of the hill from Scott, which is brilliant through here. Gives a real sort of majesty to the whole mountain, doesn't it? And the small little car on that great massive peak.
The high shots they take away a lot from the car. It actually looks like it's going a lot slower than it is, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it's sort of like a hard thing to toss up whether you want to show the speed or you need to show just what's going on with the mountain and everything. There's a fair bit of danger when you do some of these shots, but you've got to sort of understand which way they're going to go if something goes wrong. I usually try to have something like a big obstacle near me, like a big rock or a tree or something where it might take a bit of impact just in case things go wrong, or hide in the ditch. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous, but a bit of experience, you sort of know where they'll go when they go wrong, and
I think that's what you did on the day, the day before practice started, wasn't it? Spotting out the areas and the corners where you could stand safely. But
you could also get a good shot too. I mean, that's
exactly, get a good shot, not put yourself at risk, and not put the drivers at risk.
Yeah. Coming up through here, this is just fantastic. Look over the edge. You can just see how far it is down and how close these guys get.
I mean, we played a little bit of this for Marcus yesterday. He watched this bit here and he goes, "Oh, pretty scary, huh?" And he was sort of, inches away from the edge of the cliff himself. Motor racing and the sheer majesty of cars. I did a project with Ford Motor Company called it was the relaunching a rebirth of a racing legend. Was the Ford GT project for Discovery Channel. I was very proud of that because it was bringing back a classic car. Some of the opportunities we had there was with driving the original Ford GT with Sir Jackie Stewart around Laguna Seca, taking down Gurney, for instance, in the car that he won at Le Mans in 67, and coming back again in 2003 and driving the new car. Those sort of moments are etched in your mind forever, and this will be as well. I mean, this is, they say, is a classic automobile race in America, and I think America should be very proud of this event. I hope more people from Europe, as a result of what the guys at Ford Fiesta have done coming this time, come back and grow this race back to the stature that it really deserves. I also think the one thing we want to pay here with some of these onboard shots is, I mean, homage to the guys who did this when it was totally dirt. I mean, it's 50-50 at the moment, dirt and paved tarmac. I mean, the guys that took, like Parnelli Jones in the 60s, that took a Mercury Marauder up here and fanged that car around some of these corners, you take your hat off to these sort of people. I mean, sheer guts.
This is when I was sick. I was shooting all of this. I couldn't believe I even got some shots. I can't even remember the shots. When I got back down altitude, I was trying to remember what I did, and I could not remember shooting any of this. I was feeling that crook.
So we're in the top section of the mountain now. It's the whole terrain change. I mean, obviously up through the mountains is brilliant. Through the trees, which is pretty dangerous. I mean, there have been people go off there in the past, and now up through the sort of shale and rocks. There's not many. It's a pretty unforgiving race, I guess. You have got the crash barriers at a lot of other events, normal sort of events, the NASCAR and open wheeler. There's not many forgiving points on this track, really, is there? In the time frame, it's been exhausting, I think, because we've virtually gone to the top of the mountain. There we go now, the finish. We've gone to the top of the mountain and filmed each day, and then obviously the race, and to come back at night and ingest and start cutting the project together. It's been exhausting. We'll earn a good sleep after this, I reckon, mate.
Yeah.